So as we come to the end of the show, what do you have for baristas out there? Because like we said earlier, you won't be a barista at 70. Okay, what can these baristas do to make themselves more relevant in the coffee chain and the coffee process, and also more relevant for their lives going ahead?
I usually meet baristas and I'll tell them you're going to be active for 10 years maximum. Yeah. You know, if you stretch it, 20 years. But you can, graduate yourself first. You've learned barista, basic barista, add more skills, but also advance to maybe quality control. Because if you do R or Q grading, then you can get a job in a private farm or a coffee exporting or a coffee processing farm. That's one plus. Another thing, if you're a barista who has a background in agriculture, you can work backwards, switching back to your profession. It's going to be good if you applied for a job, let's say quality control, and you're a barista, you have studied R or Q, and you also know some coffee agronomy. Definitely they will take you. Also, you're going to be better than someone who has studied quality control but is not a barista, because every employee wants a bigger package of you at the same price. So the thing is, if you're a barista, you're 40 years, you've overstretched maybe 40, 45, at least learn Q or R. UCD has free, these are free courses. I'm not speaking for UCD, but they are free. R and Q grading, they are free. You stand a chance to get a job in the coffee industry, growing or processing farm. But another thing, we have some people we are with who have a background in agriculture or biotechnology.
It is time for the coffee break. A very good morning wherever you're watching us from. How are you doing? How's been your week? Monday to Friday is always a stressing time. Like you wake up on a Monday and you're like, oh God, I have a whole week waiting for me. But on a Saturday like this and a morning like this at an hour of 11 a.m., we always got you covered. We give you a break and talk about coffee. Get to know things that you might have done during the week, and your weekend is covered. So my name is Amon Mukisa, and welcome to the Coffee Break show. This is House of Talent Television, and we're streaming live on our YouTube channel. That's at House of Talent Uganda, but also catch the show on Facebook as House of Talent Television Uganda. But on Twitter, you can go over there and follow our Twitter handle. That's at HTV1 Uganda. We shall be streaming live every show from our studios right here in Bukoto. And we get to talk about coffee. We have a variety of shows, but today it's time for coffee. Welcome once again on the show. Today I have a guest. We're going to be talking about various things. We're going to be talking about a little bit of how the coffee houses are going to open up. The economy is fully opening up literally like next week. It's going to fully open up, and now we want to look at it in that aspect of how are the coffee houses ready, and how are they going to cope up with the extended hours of working, but also on the side of the baristas, are they ready to tackle or take on this mantle of working for more extensive hours? Because most of the baristas, you never know during this time of work, they got more things to do because they used to work less hours. But that's the conversation we shall be having today with my guest today. But before we get into all that, welcome my guest today on the show.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, man.
Thank
Who are we having here today?
Yeah, I'm called APAGA Samuel, and I'm Ugandan by nationality, a barista by profession, and
Yeah, I like the confidence, man. That's 2022, eh? That's the way to go, eh? Yeah. It's Samuel.
Yes, sir.
Samuel, how have you been?
I've been good.
How are you finding the new year?
The new year hasn't been that bad, just because I resigned from my former workplace to move on with something new as I prepare for something better.
Always when people resign from their former workplaces, they always have something big coming.
Yeah.
Do you have something big that's coming?
Yeah, there's something big I'm expecting.
You know, whenever baristas resign, me, I always think about like, you know, pushing out. Oh, that's not something big you're talking about, right? Sam,
Yeah.
so let's talk about coffee, because this is the coffee break.
Yes, sir.
How do you get into the coffee industry, and how did you get to know about coffee?
Actually, I got to know about coffee through a brother. I was in Form 6. Then we're getting to a vacation. Then a brother talked to me, was like, Sam, you're soon having a vacation and it's a bit long. 8 months when you're home.
Yeah.
Yeah? Then he was like, maybe you can come, I connect you to someone. You get to know about coffee because, you know, you take it as a profession. Then there's some good money, you'll earn some good money.
So the vacation, you were talking about like the senior 4 vacation,
No,
senior 6 vacation?
Senior 6 vacation.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I got home, my parent contributed some money. Then I joined barista school. Madam Nyakaisike was the teacher. Yes, Nyakaisike and Nyapende Sarifai.
Which school was that?
Barista House.
Barista House.
Yeah.
I like the names, Barista House. Like literally it's only for baristas, eh?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So when I joined, I studied for 1.5 months. Then from there, she got me a job at the Coffee Cafe, Chiwatule. Then I started working as a head barista.
Wow.
Yeah.
1.5 months,
One
you've
and a
studied,
half.
and now you're working as a head barista in a
Yeah.
certain place.
Yeah.
Ah, man, that was quite something, because people do work for quite a while before they become head baristas. You know,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
someone to
right.
trust you with their shop, someone to trust you with
Yeah,
their coffee and everything to lead it. It seems like you're really, really good doing your training in 1.5 months.
Yeah, actually they equipped me with coffee knowledge, you know, both theory and practical. And she sent me to this lady, and this lady trusted me and gave me the opportunity to run the barista section.
During your school in that 1.5 months, like what were the things you talked about being specific? Because I know coffee being as a wide thing. It's a wide concept to cover when you're talking about coffee. So when you tell me like you only took 1.5 months to study coffee or get to know it, it beats my mind. Like, how did you like segment all those things in only 1.5 months? What did you do?
Actually, it was more of practical. It was all about knowing how to operate an espresso machine. Then also the other manual brewing part, the different manual brewing equipments. Yeah, it was about the coffee machine and the different manual brewing equipment and how to handle clients. Yeah.
Yeah, the service part of it.
The service part of it.
Okay, let's go back to when you're young. Did you grow around like the coffee area, coffee environment for you to get to know coffee?
Actually, during my young days, I didn't know much about coffee. The coffee I knew was picking the red cherries from the coffee plant, go and sell a kg at 300 shillings.
But did you
That's
know by
all I
then
know
that they are
about
called
coffee.
red cherries?
No, actually I didn't know that.
What would you just mwanyi?
Mwanyi, yeah,
Yoka
that is what
yoka.
we used to. So grandma could send us to go and pick the red cherries. We go and sell. They could sell. We could sell each kg at 300 shillings.
300.
Yeah.
Which year was that, if you can remember?
That was 2012. Yeah, 2012, 2009, 2010. Yeah.
Where was that?
That was Iganga.
Iganga. Oh, you're from Iganga, eh?
Yeah.
You never even grow coffee, eh?
My mom is Sogas,
Yeah.
is from Iganga. Then my dad is from West Nile.
You know, Iganga, Mbale, Bududa, okay, Karamoja is a bit far, but they also grow a bit of coffee.
Yeah.
But that area, they grow a lot of coffee.
Yeah, you're
So,
right.
like, your mother was growing coffee, right?
Yeah, my grandma.
Your grandma.
Yeah, my grandma.
Like, how were the growing methods they used, like, to grow coffee, if you can remember?
If I'm to remember or to recall, actually for us we went when it's already grown.
It's already up.
It's already up. So we're there to pick the cherries, go sell. We never went through the nursery bed and all that.
What's one thing that you bought and you can still say, yes, I sold this coffee and I bought this?
Actually, I remember when we picked the red cherries, we used to chew the very ripe coffees, yeah, and we could get this sweet taste from it. Then grandma was like, "You people, you're spoiling my coffee. Yet we need to go and sell and get some money for sugar. You need to pick more coffees. We go sell, get some money for sugar, maybe breakfast." Yeah.
Well, the reason why I ask you that question is because during Christmas, my young brother, he's aged now 10 years. So my dad told him, if you want to buy something for yourself on Christmas, go and harvest the coffee, because we had some coffee plantations in our banana plantation somewhere. They're not much, just you know how like you can grow coffee in a banana plantation and so that coffee tree had beared a lot of coffee cherries. So my dad told this guy, you go and harvest that coffee, you sell it and you buy whatever you want. I'm not going to give you any money. That guy went and harvested coffee, and what he did, I'm told he got 10 kgs and he sold it. He bought a pair of trousers and a t-shirt. But I tell you that day, he never removed those clothes. So that's why I was like, what is that one thing that you bought with the coffee you sold?
For us, we used to sell and, give the money to the grandma.
Oh!
Yeah, that's what we used to do. We didn't know much about money, so we could go sell. Then this guy could get the money and bring to the grandma. So we were helping the guy. He wasn't giving us this money. We could give the money to the grandma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before you went to Barista House as the coffee school, which schools did you go to? And in these schools, did they like talk about coffee?
Before
you went to Barista House as a coffee training school, Which schools did you attend?
It was a Chitante Hill.
Oh, you're the rich guys, huh?
No. It was a Chitante Hill from Form 1 to Form 4. Then Form 5 and Form 6, I went to Emirates. Those ends of Entebbe. Yeah. The
schools you've talked about, they're all in Central, and you told me your grandma was in Iganga. How do you get to Central?
Actually, we were born here.
Oh, you're born here?
Yeah, we were born here. So during our holidays, we're taken to the village, to go stay with
your grandma, to get to know your grandma very well.
And the people there.
Yeah. And in your high school, you never had like coffee clubs and everything, because in the previous show with Michael, correct? If you haven't watched that show, please go to our YouTube channel, that's our Soft Talent Uganda, and watch that show. It was a very, very nice show. Michael talked to us about how he got to know coffee, how he got to know our introduction into the coffee industry. And he was like, there were these coffee clubs in school, in universities, and that's how he got to know coffee. Were there coffee clubs in your school?
For us, we were very, very unfortunate. We never had any coffee club. Yeah.
Do you think it's something that maybe schools can consider?
Yeah, very, very much. Because it is helping out youth to a greater extent. You get youth are gaining much from coffee, and coffee is on a wide market. You get. When you get to know coffee, you won't fail to get a job or to get any connection anywhere, because in this world of coffee, people connect friends. When you're this good kind of person, you won't fail to be connected somewhere. Me, I've been connected by several friends. I've also connected several people. You get. So there is love. There is this selfish spirit in this coffee world.
Okay. So, there is love, there is connection in the coffee sector, and there is love, there is connection on the coffee break. And I hope you've gotten to know who we are having on the show today. That is Sam. I was still having him on the show, so don't touch your dial. We're coming back right after this break.